Why working hard isn't enough. You have been told since childhood that hard work guarantees success. The reality is far less romantic. Labor alone rarely creates wealth. You can observe janitors working long shifts with little financial progress while others, often in technology or finance, earn fortunes with minimal physical effort. The truth is that wealth does not flow to the hardest workers. It flows to those who strategically direct their efforts and control the outcomes of their work. When you trade time for money without leverage, you build a treadmill, not freedom. Your paycheck becomes a leash, keeping you running but never free. To break the cycle, you must shift from working harder to working strategically, building systems that multiply your value. Footnote. This section dismantles the myth that hard work guarantees wealth, stressing the difference between labor and strategic leverage. What the elites actually learn about money. The wealthiest individuals understand a single principle: money flows to those who build and control systems, not to those who sell time. When you sell time, you limit your income to the hours you can work. When you build products, businesses, or investments that generate income repeatedly, you create financial leverage. Elites focus on ownership and scalability, not endless labor. They construct ladders and then charge others to climb. If your plan consists only of working harder for wages, you are playing what can only be described as the poverty simulation on its hardest setting. To escape, you must begin thinking in terms of ownership, assets, and recurring value. Footnote. This section introduces the central money principle: wealth comes from systems and assets, not from trading time. The school system scam. Your education did not prepare you for wealth. Schools train obedience, not independence. You were taught to memorize facts, respond to bells, and follow instructions, but not to manage taxes, build businesses, or negotiate contracts. This omission is intentional. Economies need compliant workers more than independent thinkers. The elites, however, teach their children about ownership, equity, and leverage from a young age, ensuring these lessons pass as generational wealth. While you were encouraged to be realistic with limited opportunities, others received frameworks for financial dominance. Recognizing this systemic design is the first step toward rejecting it. Footnote. This section argues that schools prepare workers for obedience, while elites teach their children financial independence and ownership. Assets versus liabilities, the real game. You cannot escape financial limits without distinguishing assets from liabilities. Assets put money into your pocket: dividend-paying stocks, rental real estate, intellectual property, or automated businesses. Liabilities drain money, even if they appear prestigious, like luxury cars or oversized homes. Every dollar you earn should be treated as an employee. Put it to work in productive ventures rather than firing it through consumer purchases. Elites multiply their income by leveraging assets that operate even while they rest. You must transition from simply earning wages to investing in scalable, income-producing structures. Footnote. This section clarifies that lasting wealth comes from acquiring assets that generate income rather than liabilities that drain it. Escaping the middle-class trap. The greatest obstacle to wealth is not poverty but comfort. Modern life tempts you with endless distractions, entertainment, fast food, social media, and instant gratification. These comforts delay the disciplined action necessary for financial transformation. True progress requires you to act while uncertain, uncomfortable, and unprepared. Success belongs to those who begin, however imperfectly, and build momentum over time. You must be willing to forego short-term ease for long-term security and dominance. Start small, start rough, but start now. Each delay only cements the system's hold over you. Footnote. This section highlights how addiction to comfort traps individuals in mediocrity and prevents wealth creation. The principle that changes everything. The ultimate rule is simple: wealth flows to those who build systems that function without their constant presence. If your income ends when you stop working, you have built a fragile life. If it continues, Through automated businesses, royalties, scalable services, or investments, you have built freedom. The elites are not inherently smarter, they simply apply this principle consistently. You too can learn to redirect your efforts into scalable structures. Once you internalize this truth, money ceases to be a leash and becomes a tool. This principle is not merely financial advice. It is the blueprint for freedom. Footnote. This section states that wealth comes from systems that function independently, transforming money from constraint into liberation.